Oh my gosh, this is my first time going live. My first time. It's crazy. Let's see. It says that I'm live. Live. Okay, well, I am here. I've never done this before. I'm so excited, but I'm live. And it's a late night work with me because I worked in my day job today. I came home and made a YouTube video, which I still need to edit. But I had some orders come in on both my Etsy shop and my small business finder deals. So I thought, why not do live? I'm a bit of a chicken because it's like 11:28, and normally I would just be in here working by myself. But I figured I need to be gutsy and just jump in and do a first live. So here we go. This is what we're doing. We're just doing a live. And so I got my little stuff right here. I got my rhinestones. We're going to be doing some blue ones. Um, I got my little cup. I got this little idea from the rhinestone world. When you need to scrub your stones back in off your table. I got my scrubber. Very important. I got my two I don't even know what rhinestone pickers. And then, of course, I have my trusty weeding tool because sometimes when you are scrubbing stones, everything does not always go in the way it is supposed to. And so, yeah, that's a little crazy frustrating. I'm trying to see how to do it so that you all can see. That's not the best view, but we'll start with it. So I use Dollar Tree cutting mats to save my rhinestone designs. So I've got a couple on here, some for my sorority, some flowers I put on a outfit for my niece. But these are the two we're going to be scrubbing in. So I'm making some youth advisor shirts and youth coordinator shirts for our sorority. So I have two different templates just because I do a rhinestone and a vinyl uh, design here. And then we are going to need the word coordinator in bling because sometimes I do it in bling when they want to pay a little bit more. And then sometimes I do it in glitter vinyl. Then on this side, we're going to scrub in some stones. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it says Coffee Lover. We're going to be making that shirt. And then we have a really good friend who's recuperating from a procedure. And so she saw my Rhinestone Blessed shirt and just requested one. So we're going to make one for her too. And then, depending on how tired I am, because I do have to work in the morning in my day job, I may have to cut it short and come back and finish with the rhinestone parts. I'm sorry, with the heat transfer vinyl parts. So let's go ahead and get to scrubbing our very first one. So we're going to go ahead and put, again, I feel like y'all really can't see. That bothers me so much. But one of the things I know that I'm going to need is a scooper. So let me get my little cup off over here in the corner. All right, I keep me some of these cups. I get a sleeve of them from the Dollar Tree, and I usually use them for resin, but I've also found that they help when I need to scoop and brush my stones. So I just get a healthy amount, and I put them over here on here. I wonder if there's a way. Eventually, I'm going to figure out how to be able to show you guys the entire overhead if I'm in here working late. Haven't quite figured that out yet. Like I said, this is my first time going live and trying to do a work with me at the same time. So the learning curve is real, y'all. The learning curve is real. But I'm going to go ahead and scrub these in. And I'm sure that there's going to be a replay gang, as they call it, because My channel has 39 subscribers, and I'm a new YouTube channel. Just hit a month, or maybe wait. I launched on May 1st. May 1st. So yeah, I am a very new YouTube channel, and it's something I always wanted to do. I always wanted to have a YouTube page because I'm really a naturally helpful person in real life. And so I thought, what a wonderful way for me to help more people um, find their love of crafting. I loved crafting. I started my business um, just because I love to craft, and I would make nice things for myself. And friends would say, "Oh, that's so nice. Would you make that for me?" Or, "Oh, we have an event coming up. Can you make us some shirts?" And it really just started with me having creativity and design ideas that folks like. I'm not a graphic designer at all. I just like to make stuff. And rhinestones are one of the things that I love working with. And I really am self taught. Um, Videos on videos on videos. And then just trial and error. You learn so much from just trying it. So I taught myself how to make rhinestone templates out of any kind of font because I was seeing people make the same ones over and over again. I guess you get partial to fonts that you really like, but I really wanted to teach myself how to challenge myself because I tend to like curly Q fonts, a lot of flurry. One of my friends teases me all the time. She's like, "You like the same kind." I swear they're different. They are different, but I do like the flair. Sometimes I do an impact like what you see me doing now, but when I share what the vinyl part looks like, you'll see what I mean. So I am doing this. It looks like I have a viewer. Thank you. Hello. I'm not sure who you are, but thanks for logging in. This is my first live stream. I'm a new YouTube channel. I'm DJ. And if you are so inclined, put your name in the chat so I can know who you are and say hello to you. Uh-oh. Oh, I got a thumbs up. How nice. All right. So I am scrubbing the stones again. I'm still learning how to get a view so that you guys can see what I'm doing. But I got to work for about an hour before I can let myself go to sleep. So I've got to get a handle on some of these orders that came in earlier today. So anyway, as I was saying, I love doing rhinestones, and I love making these shirts. Sometimes I'll make a design and order from overseas if I know I need a lot, like I'm preparing for a conference, because I do some of my sorority conferences a couple times a year. But if I'm not doing a conference where I've got to make 400 and 500 rhinestone t-shirts at a time, I prefer to do it this way, make them myself. I like the handmade touch. And so that is what we're doing now. I've scrubbed the stones in, and now I'm using the picker tool to go back over the stones that might have missed. And because sometimes I am not as organized as I need to be, sometimes other stones will get mixed in. So, like in this case, these are some white rhinestones that got mixed in. So, as I go, I do try to clean it up. Um, and since I'm doing the work with me, this is the perfect time to do it. And so once I do this, I have them stacked up over there in their size that they need to go in order of, as well as their ship date. Because when you have an Etsy shop, Etsy is very, very particular about how long it takes you to ship something out. So I'm always being very mindful um, of that. And I try to lay out my stuff in an orderly fashion so that I can get everything out and make the customers happy. Nobody likes to wait for their stuff. I'm a bit patient, but I know a lot of people are not. And when you spend your money, you want your stuff. So because I'm always appreciative of anybody who takes the time to spend their hard-earned money with me, I try to make sure that I exceed those expectations. I'm so excited to be live. Y'all don't even know. This is me being courageous. I think I'm a pretty brave person, but it takes a lot to put yourself out in the world for criticism because when I watch other YouTubers, I always hear them say about people being critical and things like that. But I've always wanted to do it. And I said, if I'm just going to even help one person with a small business, whether you craft or not, you may learn something from my experience and my trials to get my business certified. I live in the state of Florida, and it was absolutely awful getting my business certified with the state of Florida. Um, I tell one of my friends, anything that could have gone wrong the first time, that's what happened to me. I never get it right on the first time, but I always learn a lesson. And I guess that's supposed to be that way so that I can share that and help other people. And so, yeah, so maybe that's what we'll share tonight during this work with me is what it took to get my business registered with my state that I live in. Your state may be completely different. Let me see if I move a little closer now that you know what I'm doing and turn to the screen a little bit just in case somebody else pops in. That'd be so cool. Also, over here, I'm multitasking too. I'm trying to get the videos uploaded that I filmed earlier today so I can edit it in CapCut later. Uh, I guess I should, yeah, it's not midnight yet. So in a little while, it'll be midnight and then I'll be able to say later today. But anyway, um, trying to get my business registered through the state of Florida was a hot mess express. So initially, I didn't know if I was going to try to register my business because I didn't even really know if it could become a business. I mean, I have a really great group of friends and supporters, and they were always so encouraging and saying, "Oh my goodness, you should do it. You should do it." And so I logged on to the web. I logged on to the website. So first I Google. And if you do anything in Florida, you know that Florida is like the world capital for fraud. Like so many people are committing fraud here. It's insane. And they're like duping websites and stuff. So you'll think you're logging into the proper website for something only to find out that it was a fraudulent website. And they didn't collected all your private information and then went and opened up accounts. So when I said, okay, I'm going to register my business, and I call myself Googling, I Googled how to register a business in Florida, and the name Sunbiz came up. Now, I don't know about you, but Sunbiz sound like a fraud to me. That did not sound like something that a state would actually name their incorporation division, but it was. So I wasn't sure. It didn't sound legit. And again, it was late at night. I was doing it. So I couldn't call none of my more advised people who are born and raised in Florida. They would have been able to tell me that what I was doing was the right thing. But because I wasn't sure, um, I kept searching. And then this site came up called, oh my goodness, I don't want to even lie on it. It was Legal Something, but it wasn't Legal Shield. It was Legal Something. And they said, oh, you could pay us $49 and we'll walk you through the process. It's all online. You'll be able to do it. Right. So that sounds awesome to me. The $49 felt like the best thing to pay to make sure that I was paying the $139 that I needed to get my business certified to the right people. Yes, you heard me right. I paid an extra $50 to make sure the $139 went to the right place. But anyway, so I do that. And that created a paper application. So everything is groovy, you know, it goes through, it all happens that night. Honestly, as I was going through it, I'm realizing like I could have did this myself, but I'm already in, right? I done paid the $49. So now I gotta commit. So I go through it and I take care of it. And then it tells me that it's put me in this queue for people, you know, from the corporations department to process my application. So mind you, this is like in 2020. So like maybe February of 2020, I want to say this was. So, you know, COVID was just coming and stuff was getting really, really lean. Or, and so, because wait, this is 2024. Yeah, so that's when it was. So anyway, so they didn't have a lot of workers. So I go back the next day and I tell one of my trusted friends what I did. And I tell her about Sunbiz and my belief that this was some fraudulent website. And she's like, no, that was it. I was like, what? And so it was it. Craziest name ever for their incorporation department. So now I go back to it. Y'all, when I go back to it, it tells me that I can apply electronically for the same price. And electronic applications will get processed faster than the paper application because that's what I had paid $49 for. So if you are keeping count, I paid $139 on the paper application, $49 for them to help me do it, and then the $139 again electronically because I want the business certified faster. Because they were saying it's going to take like 6 months for the paper app once I actually got to the right website. I said, this is the lesson that you learn, right? Because why was I doing it in the dead of night anyway? If I had just waited and did it the next day when I talked to my friend, she would have told me I was in the right place. So now I could see the digital process going a whole lot faster than the paper process. So they were honest about that. They processed the electronic application faster. My business gets certified. Now I have to apply for a refund for $139. The $49 is gone. I just done lost that. That was gone in the wind. So now I got to apply for a $139 refund. So I follow all the steps to apply for my $139 refund, and they tell me that's going to take 3 months. I think it said 3 months, and then I would get this. A check was going to come back to me. So I called the department and said, "Well, what if I just cancel the check?" And they're like, "Oh, no! You shouldn't cancel the check because they're going to see that you did 2 applications, and you don't want them to cancel the wrong one." Now, secretly, I think that was a way for the state of Florida to make interest on my $139, but I can't prove it. It's just what I believe. So, needless to say, y'all, are y'all ready for how long it took for me to get my $139 back? It took a year and a half for the state of Florida to refund me my $139 that I never should have paid in a paper app the same anyway. It took forever. It got so bad that my friends that I would vent to this about would say, "Did you get your $139 back yet?" Now, all along, I'm paying quarterly sales taxes to the state of Florida. They sending me bills to make sure they get their money on time. But I can't never get nobody in the department to find out where my $139 check is. So I finally just gave up and thought, forget it. They got me. And that's the lesson that you learn. And then all of a sudden, a year and a half later, a $139 check shows up in the mail for me. And I was so happy to get my $139 back because really I thought I was going to just have to write it off and call it a day. But the moral of that story is, right, is that sometimes the name will seem crazy, but do your check, not getting my money back and actually paying an extra $50 that when you're a new business starting out, you actually need every single solitary dollar that you can find. So I laugh at that to this day. We kiki about that, my friends and I. But I tell everybody, make sure that you know that getting your business incorporated or registered with your state, it's not a complicated process. It really isn't. Once you're on the right website, you can go directly there. You don't need to pay any other company $49 to do it for you. I know whenever I log into YouTube, sometimes I'll see an advertisement for a company called Taylor Brands, and they tell you, "Oh, we'll get your LLC for you." You don't need another company to do that. You can save that money. Now, if you're trying to open up some huge, big corporation, then yeah, that might make a lot more sense. But if you're just opening up or doing a small business or a small e-commerce business like the one I have, you can absolutely do that for yourself. You can even get your own EIN number via the Internal Revenue. You do not need an attorney or anybody to do that for you. It really is foolproof once you know you're on the right website. So I guess the lesson I learned there was I really could have did it myself had I did a little bit more research and not just been so excited to jump into starting a business that I did not find out the little details like that. That probably would have saved me and some of my friendships the heartache. Because I swear, honey, I was venting all about the state of Florida holding on to my little $139. Don't even ask me what I bought with that $139 when I finally got it. It was probably some coffee mugs or t-shirt blanks because I give myself a budget every month to reinvest in my business no matter how much I sell. I have a set amount that I reinvest back. So whether that's buying more rhinestones or blanks or a course that I want to teach myself something to learn to continue to hone my craft and bring nice, innovative things to my customers. All right, so we're almost done with this shirt. These, again, like I said, I had extra color stones. I had some white stones mixed in here, and so that would mess up the design when it would be time to press it. But in a moment, I'm going to go get the mask paper is what it's called, so that I can seal this design in and go to the next one. If you are just joining me, this is a late night work with me. I worked at my day job today, and now I am here online on my YouTube for the first time doing a YouTube live. And I'm going to be making a couple of rhinestone shirts. I'm scrubbing the stones in here now. As I was saying earlier, I haven't figured out how to tilt the screen so that you guys can see that. But by the next time I go live, I will have that figured out in here. If I was working in the other room, in my living room, I have a setup in there for that. But in my office here where I do all my pressing, I don't have that set up. And I really wasn't expecting to go live today. I was just going to come in and get started. But I was like, be brave. Be brave. Maybe half of the people are asleep and they won't see it until the replay. So if you are seeing this under the replay, I hope you will be positive and give me some love in the chat and do a hashtag replay so I know that's how you saw it. But say something nice. Don't be mean. I'll be really sensitive. I told my friends to call me and make sure I was moving forward because I tend to start procrastinating as it gets later in the evening. She didn't call me. But for all I know, that could be her watching me right now. I make sure I don't see something in the chat. Okay, I see a thumbs up. I'll take it. That is really nice. So what else can I share a little bit about? My business name is Finer Deals, and I do sorority inspired designs for Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. I am a proud member, have been since the fall of 1991 on the campus of EIU, Eastern Illinois University. And that is a mainstay of my business is youth auxiliary and sorority apparel and accessories. And that's what I'm making now is a rhinestone shirt for some advisors for our youth auxiliaries. But I really like starting to do digital downloads. I like designing. I'm not a graphic designer, but I do have a lot of creativity. And so I've started to work on digital downloads that will be getting uploaded to my Etsy shop. I love making designs on coffee mugs, little cheeky coffee mugs. So I have a new retro series that's going to be coming out. And probably within the next week or so, I was just tightening up some of the designs the other day. And so now they are just about ready. I want to be making some of the mock-ups. And so I'm really excited about that because I love coffee. That's one of my faves. I love red wine too. If you're a coffee drinker or a tea drinker, let me know in the chat. If you're a coffee drinker, drop a coffee mug. And if you love wine, drop a wine glass. All right, so looks like this one is pretty much good. I need to get the masking paper. So bear with me. It's in this closet over here. So let me grab the masking paper and then we're going to go ahead and seal this one. All right. So this is rhinestone masking paper, and it's a sticky kind of paper that allows you to that it's so the rhinestones can stick to it so that you can put it on your designs. So normally what I try to do is just double check and make sure because I mixed up some of the rhinestones from before. I just need to make sure that none of the SS3s are mixed in. I'll be able to tell it once I put it on the masking paper sheet. But yeah, so I am actually going to cut this one because I should be able to get 2 on each sheet. Let me grab my scissors. Have a pegboard over there. So let's grab my scissors. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this because part of the reason for my channel is to help people save money and make more supplemental income for themselves. And so these are masking sheets from one of my orders from overseas when I said I do conferences, and sometimes I have to press like 500 or 600 t-shirts. And so I don't have the time to sit and scrub 600 t-shirts at a time. So I order them. But once you've used it, as long as it's tacky, you can still use it again. So it saves you money because I can buy fresh, which I do. But if I can use these, a good 2 to 3 times, that's really saving money. So if you've never tried to get rhinestones to fix to this thing, it's almost like a magnet. They'll jump up to it. So I learned from watching some of the other videos to kind of bend it. And then once you go down, you just got to commit. Like, it's no, or, changing your mind. Oops, I see a stone that flipped. Hold on. See, one little gray, one little stone. You could tell it flipped over too because the bottom of it is gray. And um, that gray color is the heat conductor on the back. So, and then I just seen another SS3 that slid past me. All right. So now, once you get ready to go down, you just got to do it. So I try to line it up, and then I just go flat, and then brush my hands across it. I'm going to pull it up in 1 second and show you what it looks like. But I like to go over it a couple times. So as you can see now, the mask is over it. And one more good smooth touch. And then I'm going to slowly peel it up. I tend to peel away from me. Just in case one gets stuck, I can go back in. It's coming up nicely. I don't rush that part, slowly. So as you guys see, it's on here now. If I take the back of the white paper that it was on, lay that across it, I do another smooth, and I'm ready to press this one. So this will be my first. Dimps Design. Oh my God, I watch your channel. You gonna make me cry. You've been watching and listening, and I'm doing great. And you subscribe. Thank you, Dimps. I've watched your channel too. You don't even know. You don't even know. Thank you so much. And thank you for the comment. I'm trying to be courageous in 2024. I'm just jumping out here on this thing called faith. I even got a little jar with a little mustard seed. So, to remind me. But I really appreciate you. And I really want to say thank you. So, all right, now that I have had my emotional moment, y'all, and y'all have seen me have my moment, we're going to get back to this. I'm going to do one more on this one because the youth design has two. So we have advisors and coordinators. And so I'm going to do 2 for the coordinators and then do 2 for the advisors. And then we'll check the order forms to make sure that I've made enough. And then I'll put these to the side and get to the coffee lover shirt. You don't even know, sis. You don't even know. I believe in giving folks their flowers, okay? And so, yeah, I got to give you yours. I've watched your channel, and you have been an inspiration. You're one of them that has inspired me to be brave and courageous. So here we are. So I'm going to do 2 of these and then 2 of the advisor ones, and then I'm gonna get to my coffee shirt because the coffee shirt is for me. It's a design that I had my eye on, and I added my own little flair to it. And then I was visiting with a really good girlfriend of mine who is super amazing, and I need to tell y'all about her too because she has been a super supporter of me. Her name is Shamanza, and she and her husband own an amazing marketing company called Swain Marketing, but they also own a blueberry farm in Georgia, Patterson, Georgia, I believe it is. And I saw them start this. I mean, literally just take acres of land and turn it into a viable producing blueberry farm. When I tell you how proud of them I am, they have been so supportive of my small business. They've given me feedback. They've given me ideas. They've given me honest feedback because to me, I think tough love is still love. And you need people who are going to tell you what you need to do when you are not on in alignment with what your gifts are. And I'm really blessed to have that in my life with them. But I went to visit them a couple weeks ago, and I got a video that I took while I was there, and I got to work on editing it to put it out. But I, for years as a child, when I was 8 years old, I ate some blueberries and I splotched all up like Richie Cunningham. I may be aging myself, but y'all might be thinking, who is Richie Cunningham? But y'all can Google. Anywho, and I broke out, splotches everywhere. And my parents rushed me to the emergency room only for us to find out I was allergic to blueberries. So, okay, fine. I've never eaten them again. But now here are my two good friends that have started a blueberry farm. And I was determined. They're actually going to be moving shortly to Murrieta, Mexico. They're becoming Black expats, another courageous group of people that I'm surrounded by. And I I went there and I was like, I don't care what's going to happen. I have to try these blueberries because how many people can say that they have friends that own, like, I don't even know how many acres it is. I'm probably going to get it wrong, but it's like at least 25 acres of land of blueberries, of different varieties of blueberries. And I was determined that they are not going to move to Mexico before I get a chance to taste these blueberries. So I got my EpiPen. I had some Benadryl. I had some Benadryl cream, but I was going in for these blueberries. And when I tell y'all, it was the most humbling, first of all, to just drive up and see it in its magnificence. They were picking actually when I came, and I got to see them and their workers picking the blueberries. I got to drive the land and just see what they had done with it. And they had just opened up another 14 acres of their land and planted some baby bushes. So while I was there, I actually got to work on the farm too. And it was amazing. They videoed me eating my first blueberry. And I don't mind telling you how old I am. I'll be 52. Wait, yeah, 52 in July at the end of this month. And I had not eaten blueberries since I was 8 years old, but I ate those Swain blueberries. So I said all that long-winded story to say that be on the lookout in the stores for Swain Farms blueberries. They are amazing. They are homegrown. They pick with their own machinery and themselves. They don't hire that out and they don't work their land and they go and collect a check. They are out there working their land, them, their kids. It's just amazing. I was so humbled to know them and be a part of them and do that. But I gave her my coffee because she and I get together for coffee chats, and I gave her the shirt that I had just made. So now I'm remaking mine so we could be twinsies when I go to Mexico to visit her. But yeah, be on the lookout for Swain Farm blueberries, y'all. You will not be disappointed. I brought home some to share with folks. I was a little stingy though. If I didn't think they was really gonna eat them blueberries, I was only giving them a little taste. The rest I have in my freezer, and they go into my blueberry smoothies. Now that I know I can have blueberries. Oh, because did I mention I didn't break out? I did not splotch up. So I guess as I got older, my body got adjusted to not eating blueberries. Now I want to ask my mother, if I'm honest, was I really allergic to blueberries? Maybe it was a detergent, or maybe it was something else. But we think it was the blueberries, so we weren't gonna chance it. But yes, I was risking it for my friends because they are amazing supporters, and I just couldn't even be there and not. And yes, it was so cool. They are amazing. They are so amazing, and some of the just the most humblest people you will ever meet. They are just absolutely tops in my book. But yes, be on the lookout for Sway. They are in some of the grocery stores. Um, and so if you see it, snap a picture and drop it on my page because I love to shout out and recognize other businesses because listen, we got to support each other. That's what we need to be out here doing for one another and you know making sure that folks know we exist. So yes, it was amazing though. It was amazing, and they have these two amazing kids, and they're just awesome kids too. And they were out there working and teaching me, and I learned, and I'm really scared of anything that crawls. I mean, so like I'll be running from the wasps. Here in Florida, I don't even like those little lizards. I guess the little Geico lizard, he goes walking by. I'm not scared of those anymore. I used to when I first moved here, I was terrified of those things. But I'm not afraid of them now. But let one get in this. Let one get up in here. Oh, it's on and cracking. And I seen a meme on Facebook. I think it said, and it said, only black people talk to the bug right before they kill it. And that is so true for me anyway. Because when one of the lizards got in here, the first thing I hollered was, "Oh, you gonna die today." And then I went to go looking for whatever I was gonna use to try to get rid of it. But out on the farm, I was so excited to be with them and spending time that I wasn't running from half of the stuff flying by, that I would have normally been had I been at home. Nature was just out there naturing. And I was out there and they wasn't bothering me and I wasn't bothering them. Now, one time a wasp did get into where we were sleeping and her daughter seen it and screamed. And I told them, y'all need to sign her up in Hollywood because, baby, she will give Jamie Lee Curtis a run for her money. Again, aging myself, you may not know who Jamie Lee Curtis is, but you can look her up too. But honey, she can holler. And her daughter gave Jamie Lee the run of her life because the minute that Summer hollered, I knew it was time to move. But that was the only time I ran. Every other time I stood up like a soldier. Y'all would have been so proud of me. But yeah, I didn't run, and I usually would not have even been able to handle it. But just being there and seeing it in all its magnificence, I kept telling them I felt like I was walking on the lands of Queen Sugar. If you ever watched that show, it was just like to see it, black farmers just doing it. It was just amazing. I could talk for the rest of this little live about that farm and the great things that they're doing there. But I do hope that y'all be on the lookout for my friend's blueberries in the store near you because you won't be disappointed. All right. One of the things I think I'm learning too about doing a live and trying to do these rhinestone shirts is sometimes picking the rhinestones and putting them in place take a little. Oh, you loved Queen Sugar too? I sure did. I did. I'm okay with the way it ended too. I think the way Nova's story ended is my future because I would love, just a simple farmhouse with the wraparound porch. That's how where you got your little rocking chair so you can see who all going by on the road. Now I'm not no baker, even though in my mind I'm gonna put a pie in the windowsill, which is what they do in all of those kind of movies. But I'm okay with having Amazon deliver my groceries once a week and just the peace and quiet of it all. And when I retire, I think that's what I want. But I like the way Nova's story ended. Oh, okay, but I'm not gonna tell you how it ended, but I'm gonna tell you I liked her story the best. But maybe because she's a little bit of the wild child, and I could kind of relate a little bit to that. It's on is it Hulu? I think it's Hulu that's still you can if you got Hulu subscription, I think you can still catch it on Hulu. I think OWN used to have it on there, but I feel like when my mother and I talked about that about a couple months ago, I don't know how it came up, but I don't think it was on the OWN channel anymore. I think it's Hulu. Hulu usually has all those old series. If you want to go back and watch them. All right, y'all. I'm sorry this part is taking so long. I promise it's not because I'm running my mouth. Because anybody that know me know that I can talk. Now I can talk and still be moving. I go a little bit slower, but I still be talking. That's not what this is, though. This one is this that I messed up by not clearing the stones out properly. So I guess I know what I might be doing over the 4th of July weekend because this is going to drive me bananas if every time I make a rhinestone shirt, I got to pick out these little SS3 stones. This is disrespectful. I mean, I like them and I don't want them to not be here, but my goodness, could they be getting any smaller? And don't let these glasses fool you because while I love them and they cute, oh, in a minute, I'm going to put my face down on this mat so I can make sure I see these SS3s. They are the smallest stones ever. I wonder if they are the smallest ones that are in existence. If there's an SS2, I can't imagine what you do with them. You probably need 15 million to make one design. So then you say, do I still, you know what? The name of my shop is Finer Deals, but I believe that I'm debating. I have only, I think I got 2 digital designs over there right now, but they are sorority influenced. I wanted to do a YouTube video first that I could teach you how to take a word and turn that into rhinestone, but like pick a basic word that you know people could all resonate with, instead of like this one says youth, and it wouldn't really work for anyone that's not in the sorority. But once I do, I want to be able to put the designs up. I don't know. You probably watch Craftable Things with Patrice. I love her too. Um, and Coretta Dangerfield. She's another one of my favorite ones. I love her too. And and so I just want to make sure that I can film the video as I'm making the design. And then that way, when I post it, if someone, you know, upload it to my Etsy shop, if someone is interested, I want to do something a little bit like what the Rhinestone World does. He, if you ever watched him on Monday, sometimes, you know, he'll do a design and then they'll offer like a special rate or price if you're watching it that Monday night while he's doing it. So I want to be able to do it like that. Like when I show a design that I'm making and I upload it to Etsy, I want to be able to do it live so that like if you were watching and you liked it and you saw it today, you'd get a special code right here that you could go if you wanted to pick it up. You wouldn't pay full price for it versus somebody who just found it on Etsy from surfing or Google sending them there. Um, that's one of the dreams that I have for myself with starting my YouTube page, is being able to do stuff like that. So I'm working my way to it. I've learned in my season I got to give myself a little bit of grace because I want to do so much now that I done jumped out here and said I could do it and told the world. Like you know you in trouble when you tell Facebook you finna do something. When you tell Facebook you in trouble, you best keep going. So so I did. I put it on Facebook. That I started the YouTube channel. So I just want to make sure that when I'm putting this stuff out, that I'm doing it in an orderly fashion for myself so I don't get too overwhelmed. Because like I said, I still have a day job too. And then I have my small business, which my small business is my sanity saver. Even though sometimes I get stressed from it, I really, when I come here, like what I do here, life decisions aren't made on. I mean, you either like it or you don't. But in my day job, I'm an HR professional, and that can be a super stressful job. So this is super relaxing to place rhinestones. I think this is the last one. So the design looks pretty done. So we're gonna use our little cup tip that might, oh thank you. I sure feel like I got this, right? Little bit baby steps are still steps, right? And so that's gotta be enough. I love Matt showed us how to put them in this little funnel and hold the bottom, and then you can just load it right back into your cup, and you don't have rhinestones going everywhere. I was like, what a great suggestion that was. All right, so let's use our last mask. Make sure. And ooh, I'm supposed to be downloading these videos. I'm telling you the truth. All right, so now we're gonna do this last one. Oops, see an extra stone. It always feels you could be staring at the page for forever. Don't see nothing. Turn your head and look back, and you'll find the extra stone that's being rude. All right, so we got to commit. We just going down, and we're committing. All right, that works out. Other thing I love about the mask too is if the stone decides to try to move once you go down with it, you can use the tip of your finger to move it back in, or you can use your picker tool, and that'll move it back into the holes if your machine cut them properly. This one moved a little bit, but you know what? Even when I get ready to press it onto the shirt, it'll still be okay. So we're going to go ahead and move forward with that. And then I think I'm going to put stones in one more shirt. I'm going to do the coffee shirt. Right? I'm going to do the coffee shirt. No, yeah, I'm going to do the extra coffee shirt for myself. And then I'm going to go on ahead and end this because I'm looking at this time. It is 12 after 11 or 11 after 12. And I got a long day tomorrow too. But the good thing is a long weekend is coming up for me. So I'll be able to get some extra work done in my small business to work for me. All right. Lay that down. All righty. Oops. All right. 2 down and 1 more to go. I really appreciate you hanging with me, Dims. That's so sweet of you. You are so amazing. All right. So now we're going to move this one. And, you know, the other thing I would tell folks too, sometimes you can go in the Dollar Tree and these things are gone. They're a little flimsy, but three. I think you get three in a pack for the $1.25. But if there's an IKEA next to you or near you, IKEA also has some mats. They're a little more sturdier and not as much give. And I really like those too. So I definitely need to be making my way over to IKEA soon because um, I need some more mats. All right, so I got this container from the Dollar Tree too. I don't know if I said that earlier. Um, but these are great too because they snap and you don't have to worry about them spilling. All right, so here is my last one. And we are going to do, all right, my last one. I use the smaller ones when it's a color that I don't use a whole lot of. Oh yeah, IKEA. I love IKEA. If you can get a good little IKEA run going, there's a lot of cool things from them that you can use in your small business. So these are stones. These are flatback gold. So I'm gonna put this. I think I'm gonna put this on a black shirt so the gold can really pop out. And it just says coffee lover. It's actually a template that I downloaded initially from Creative Fabrica. And then I changed it up because I wanted some extra flair along the bottom of it. So the cool part about that was I was able to add some extra stones in my silhouette business edition. So we're going to make this gold. This one is a pretty big template. I don't know if I showed it. It says coffee lover. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. And then maybe I'll come live tomorrow night and press everything. I won't do it as late though, because these late nights be kicking my butt when I got to get up in the crack of dawn in the morning. So I'm going to stone them in though, scrub them in. This way we can see the template and how nice it looks. And then tomorrow I'll press them and we'll see the finish of the shirt. And that's how we're going to do that. And of course, when I came in here, I left my water, right, in the other room. So now I'm all parched. Okay, these are coming in. They're being a lot nicer to me. They must know that me and getting a little tired. So they're not being as rude. Those blue ones was being real rude, especially on that first template. I think I also want to get me a bigger scrubby brush. I know the Rhinestone World and Heat Transfer Warehouse sells them, but you can also get them from your local not office supply, Home Depot, Lowe's, like that. And they have the bigger one. And I see Matt use the bigger one, and you get more stones in when you scrub at the same time. So now, I remember that too. On this one of the holes didn't cut on my Cricut design space. So I had to manually place that stone in the shirt. But as I'm doing it now, I remember that. So I'll have to remember that for tomorrow. All right, halfway through the design, I like to move the stones out the way so they're not dropping on this carpet, because they'll be impossible to find, especially this gold color, because the carpet is taupe. Oh, you're weaning yourself off coffee. You know what? I start with tea sometimes. Sometimes I start with coffee. But coffee doesn't keep me awake. That's what's funny about it. I can drink coffee right now and I'll still go in my room and go to sleep. And my friends tell me as I get older that's going to change. And I might start having trouble going to sleep because right now I don't. I call it a gift. It's a gift that I know sleep is hard for a lot of people, but it's not for me. And coffee doesn't keep me up. So I'm lucky that way. So are you finding it hard? What are you drinking in place of that? Did you just replace it with water, or what did you replace not having that coffee startup with? Oh, this did much better. I only got a couple I got to brush in or hand fit in. Okay. Just cleaning up just a little bit. And then we're going to use this picker tool and get them in. And then we're going to be good. The other thing that made these go in a whole lot better is that I didn't have any SS3 gold stones mixed in with the like I did with those blue ones. That's what made it so hard, because then you had to look for those little tiny stones and try to figure out how to move them out the way. And when you just have your SS10s, which is what these gold ones are, you could see them a lot easier. So that's what's good there. All right, let's see. More water. 1:30 in the morning. Christmas lights up and you only drink it when you go to work. Okay. Yeah, I bet it did keep you up putting up Christmas lights at 1:30 in the morning. My goodness. Usually my mom will come over and help me put my Christmas little decor together. But now that I got a YouTube channel, I guess I'm going to have to figure out how to record me and my mom doing my Christmas decor, right? Because I do some DIYs when I do that type of stuff. I just never had a channel to share with anybody. One time I made us holiday pajamas, and mine said, "Dear Santa, I can explain." And no, Mama's mom said, "Dear Santa, I can explain." And then I made my pajamas say, "I saw mommy kissing Santa Claus." That Jackson 5 song that they play at the holiday time. You don't drink it at home. Yeah, I get that. I do. So, Dims, what are the main some current projects that you're working on right now? I want people to go to her channel too. She is one of the YouTubers that I watch getting my courage up to do this, and you can learn a lot. Learn a lot. Support all the crafting YouTubers. We have to support each other. Okay, a couple more to go, and then I'll be able to mask this one. And then I'm going to call it a night. I don't think that video that I did, I'm trying to move everything over to CapCut, and it is taking forever to upload. It's like 13 videos, and it's only on video number 3. That is not going to stop until tomorrow. There has got to be a better way. All right, looks good, looks good. Oh, sewing. Ooh, I'm not a sewer. Sewing projects. Oh man, I'm not. I'm not. So is it sewing and also embroidery? Um, I I see so many people do embroidery. I when I get those kind of orders or people ask me, like my sorority sisters ask for embroidery, like on polos and stuff like that, I just refer it out. I something another YouTuber that I absolutely love, Katrina's Graceful Creation. She made a comment and said, sometimes you just cannot do it everything, no matter how creative you are and how much you want to. You just cannot burn yourself out by doing everything, and it's okay to say that you can't do everything. And she is so right. I don't have a problem saying that. I just make sure that when I refer people, it's be to people, that they would get the same quality and treatment that I would give them if they were my customer. But I love it. It's so beautiful. And I order it. I can't delve into it. It's a gift. You did. Oh, see. Hobby Lobby will get you too. Hobby Lobby will get you. And I'm gonna share some here because I feel safe. I can't even tell you how many times I forgot that Hobby Lobby was closed on a Sunday and drove right on into the parking lot. And then was like, I can't be the first one here. Where's everybody? And then it hits me like, oh man, they are closed on Sundays. But I swear, at least once every 3 months I do it and forget all about it. A mess. Just a mess. Just a mess. Oh, you refer it out to. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes I have to do that. Okay, this one looks ready. And I really love it. I really, really love it. I can't wait to wear it to Dunkin' when I go pick up my coffee and I wear my little shirt. And I do think for Christmas, there's one girl who makes my caramel caramel lattes, iced caramel lattes the way I like it. It's like amazing. And I might make her one and take her to thank her for getting me through the year with all my little coffee runs. All right, we need one more masking. You got that right. Because I can go up in the Hobby Lobby and do some damage. Okay, let's put these stones back first because that is going to be a mess if I drop them. So I'm going to put these back, and that way they don't jump on the masking paper and they shouldn't be there. And let's do that. It's almost like when you're cooking for a holiday dinner, clean your kitchen as you go so you can get more done. Anybody else do that? My mother taught me to clean as I go. It'll be much easier later. All right, looks like one jumped out right here. All right, it's ready for mask. I really like this design. This is so pretty. All right, I'm gonna just use this bigger paper this time. All right, this stand up one. I can't be playing no games. It's a big one. Down. Woo! Woo! It's always a nail biter. All right, ready for the grand reveal? Here we go. You see it? It's probably better if I take it off with the white because it's clear. It's not. Let me take it off. It'll peel away from me. Make sure every stone is stuck. Slowly. Okay, I see one that didn't go. I see one. One is in that seat. Yep, there it is. Okay, one. Not bad. One little disrespectful stone trying to stay out late past their curfew. We're not having that though. All right, so we're going to set this one back on in. Actually, this pointer is the better one. I can manipulate it better. All right, there. Perfect. Okay, now let's put the mask on. I think it'll be easier to see it with the white background. I'll never lay this part down straight, but I can't say it's because the camera is on me. I don't lay it down straight, the back part when I'm by myself. All right, so can you see it? Yay! She's so pretty. All right, so we did good. We got 3 stones scrubbed in. It is about to be 12:30. So I'm gonna take these 3, I'm gonna put them to the side. And tomorrow I'm gonna come on earlier and I'm gonna press the shirts. And then we'll go ahead and get the ones for the sorority packaged and ready to go out. I want to thank you so much for joining me. If you're part of the replay gang, please put replay in the comments. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. And Dims, thank you so much. Please check out Dims Designs YouTube page. Amazing. And I'm so grateful for your support, sis. And I will definitely be returning a favor. So thank you so much. And money makers, remember, you can do it. I believe in you. Bye, everybody.